On 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown, John Richardson, Claudia Winkleman, Johnny Vegas, Reginald D. Hunter, Sarah Pasco, Susie Dent, and Rachel Riley. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. Did you know, for example, the term potluck originally meant a cooking pot containing a range of unknown ingredients, but it's now been rebranded as pot noodle. 600,000 barrels of oil accidentally spill into the sea every year, but it's OK, because we'll just mop it all up using seabirds. It's what they're for. And the Arabic word for nipple is buzz, which means I can start foreplay with the words fingers on buzzers. Right, let's get started. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's John Richardson. John oozes coolness and charm. Well, it must have leaked out somewhere, because there's certainly none left. John's teammate, Reginald D. Hunter. Reg is not the only D. Hunter on the show. The other is Susie Dent. She's always hunting the D. Up against them this evening, it's special guest team captain Claudia Winkleman. I'm not saying Claudia's too orange, but she got her first break in show business when the man from Del Monte said yes. And joining Claudia tonight, it's Johnny Vegas. Johnny treats his body like a temple. Unfortunately, it's one of those temples that's been ruined by ISIS. Johnny was once described as the thinking woman's crumpet, because when women look at him, they think, I bet he eats a lot of crumpets. Claudia, you present Strictly. Who do you think here would be the best answer? Johnny. Johnny?
Oh, that's not even was that a proper question? Johnny would be majestic.
She's just saying that because he on her team.
That's not true. I think he'd be masterful. Because he'd be like, I'm not really... And then, boom, doo -doo, Argentine tango, leg spins. I actually can't remember how the dances go.
They don't really focus... I've seen Strictly a few times. They don't really focus on that part of the dance that goes boom, doo-dum.
Can you show us some moves, Johnny? Have you got any moves?
What? Just sat here like... Dun, dun,
That's
dun,
enough.
Dun, dun,
10.
Dun, dun.
10.
I have a healthy disrespect for ladies' toes. That's what you got to do when you're leading someone in the dance.
You see?
They may well end up crippled, but just drag them with you for the ride.
Johnny, it says here that you used to make people laugh at school by playing a Hawaiian tune on your nose.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing? Can we hear that?
Do you want...
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Vegas on the nose. OK. Do you think you'll make a good team this evening, Johnny?
I think we'll make a great team. We're like a Mulder and Scully. The words are out there.
They are.
Just have to find them. Yeah, I do. I think we stand a very good... There's always him standing in the way. Reginald, no offence, I feel a bit more confident that John's been teamed up with you. Having heard that your past appearances on here have been as successful as mine.
Yeah, well, last time you were on the show, you got no points.
Well, I mean, I wanted to point out to both of y'all that I was just sitting here next to John. I wasn't even messing with y'all, so I don't know why y'all come at me like that. But, no, it is true that the last time I was here, that I did not score a point, but I think my team, we lost by a point, didn't we? So that means that my partner got everything, and if I had just contributed one thing, we would have tied. So that's the reason why I decided to come back. I did not come back to win. I came back to score 1 point.
Realistic games. I like that. Yeah, good idea. Are there any American words or phrases that you kind of miss living over here?
You win. Rice is complimentary with your meal.
I do love the fact when you get breadsticks in America, the proper French loaves. And not the little.
Well, I mean, it's the reason why a lot of people big in America, because people go out and you might be able to pull somebody, and you might not. But a Big Mac is always 99 cents, baby.
Yeah, good point, well made. John, obviously Countdown is the most exciting thing in your life. How do you feel the days waiting for the next Countdown?
I have a lot of hobbies. I spend a lot of time giving online feedback. You don't realise when you buy something that you're entering into a 6-month relationship. I didn't realise quite how insecure some companies are, but I would say I've spent more time talking to SafeStyle than my wife. They're so worried about what's happening to my back doors and windows that I'm worried that they know that at some point they might fuck up. And then you get little questionnaires about what the driver smelt like when he delivered your item, what the weather was like, and whether you're going on holiday. And some people choose to ignore those emails, and I choose to give full and frank feedback. And I think I'm single-handedly responsible for the great level of service that we receive in this country.
So you're responsible?
You're welcome.
OK, do you think you're going to win this evening?
Who knows? Reg might get a point. Johnny might get a point. Claudia might get a point. So I only need a 4 to win.
An excellent attitude to have. Have you got a mascot this evening? What have you got?
Well, it's more of a new toy, Jimmy. I don't know if you've heard of this new technology, the pedometer. It's for helping you sort of keep fit in your life. This is the most cutting edge. It measures everything I do. I burn 200 calories a day tutting at bad grammar. It's good to know those things. And the goal is that it lights up, you see, with how many steps. And the goal is to get to 10,000 steps a day. But what they don't tell you is it doesn't stop at 10,000. So it's a bit like when you refill in your car. If I go over 10,000, I have to do another 10,000, because it's not even. So if it's 10,001, I'm knackered. So I have to measure how many steps it is from my TV to my bed, 27. And if I get home from work and I've had my tea and I'm not on 9,973 steps, I'm knackered. I either have to take very big ones, and sometimes I fall down the stairs. That counts as well, bouncy, bouncy. And then if I get to 10,002, I've got to round it up to another 20,000. So I haven't seen my wife for weeks.
OK. Reg, have you got a mascot?
This is the mascot I brought the last time. His name is Pimbleton. And Pimbleton was with me when I was robbed of any points from this show. And he felt bad about it. He felt like it was his fault. He wanted to come back and make amends. And I'm with a guy that has a high IQ, but, you know, low self-esteem.
Why would you say that about me?
He's also the same size as Pembleton.
And I believe that John Richardson and I have a more than equal chance of emerging victorious. And if I get 2 points early, I'm taking off the mic and I'm going home.
Claudia, have you got a mascot?
Well, mascots, plural, because I thought it would be quite nice for us to feel cosy and soft at the beginning. And who does that? A baby animal. So please could my dad bring them in? Here he is.
So what have we got?
We've got some, I'll just... Thank you so much.
I thought some cartoon character had been hit on the head.
Look what we've got. That one's yours. And this one's mine.
Oh, come here.
Oh, my God.
I
What,
won't
this
hurt
is...
you.
Would you like one?
They
Are
are
they sort
pretty
of spares
adorable.
in case you crushed the first two?
Yeah. These are baby chicks, and you know their favourite thing? When they're this little, they just like being, oh, no.
Can't fly yet, young man.
No.
I was the same at his age.
And they just like being handled, and I thought that would just make us feel
Oh,
cosy.
look at this.
Look.
I'm going to change my ways.
Oh, Oh, you just wait till the Colonel gets to them, Johnny. That'll be delicious.
I know, but they're lovely this size, because you can eat them whole and just cough up the bones. Where is love? Does it come from skies above? Kiss me, but don't get addicted to nicotine.
OK, we're going to get those deep fried, and then we'll have them as a little snack in the ad break.
You know what? This is often what's going on in my mind when you're talking to me. Yeah, when people chat to me, oh, is he okay,
Who's
though?
pooing on his arm?
It's all right, mate. There's some down the back as well.
Bye, babies.
Bye-bye!
Hi, the chicks. Excellent mascotting. Well played. Johnny, did you bring a mascot?
It's a pictorial diary that I kept when I was at college. And it was based on hieroglyphics. My writing wasn't so good, so I could put things down in pictorial form, but it was coded, and nobody would know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I can't talk to all of them, because some of them I don't quite remember. I was drinking rather heavily at the time.
Really, Johnny?
I think this one represents impotence and the social divide between, obviously, some starfish I was trying to have sex with. All of these are beer, or when I spilt things, or when I said things I regretted. Listen, you can study this all day. It's a psychoanalysis wet dream. I don't know why I brought it in as a mascot.
Yeah, how's that going to help you this evening?
Because I wanted to bring an action man and you wouldn't let me because you couldn't clear it. That's the real truth. I had a talking commander with the bike and the sidecar, and they said, oh, no, we'll never get clearance for that. Like he's still selling madly in the shops. He's action man, not an iPad. So I didn't have to come in and make myself emotionally naked by showing these images of just how badly college went for me. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's Sarah Pascoe. When Sarah was younger, she voluntarily declared herself bankrupt. There's no shame in it. I've been declared bankrupt myself. Morally bankrupt by the Daily Mail. How are you feeling about being in Dictionary Corner?
I'm thrilled to be here. Obviously, I've been here before, but only as a contestant. But today I'm here in a special capacity as a businessman to launch my new trivia board game. So, it's called Do Not Pascoe, Do Not Collect £200. And everyone can play it. And then the winner gets to be me for a year. And also, obviously, £200, which is a lot of money. Wow. That's nearly €200, depending on when this goes out. And so it's just a simple educational game. So basically, someone will pick a colour, and then that has a corresponding category. Like pink, that is sports, because obviously David Beckham's got pink legs. And then you get asked a question in that category, like, oh, what colour are David Beckham's legs? And it's really fun, and we'll just play it in between the games.
It sounds fantastic.
Great.
I'm loving it. And with Sarah, of course, it's Susie Dent. Susie has written 13 books about the origins of words. They're the perfect books to keep in your downstairs loo, in case you run out of toilet paper. Susie, you recently tweeted about the word cover slut. It doesn't seem a very Susie Dent word. What's a cover slut?
Oh, it's completely me. A cover slut is something you wear on top of a garment that's got a hole in it or a stain or, you know, which happens to me a lot. So I wear lots of cover sluts. Old term, very useful.
So slut in the olden days used to mean, like, slovenly and messy, didn't it?
Exactly.
Because my grandma's favourite saying was, come round, we're having slutty Saturday. But what she... Yes, but what she meant was, we're staying in our pyjamas all day.
I like that.
That's what she meant, but she'd be like, come on over, having slutty Saturday.
I like to think that's what she meant, but I'm not entirely sure. OK, and in charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. After seeing Rachel on Strictly, it's clear she combines the brains of Professor Stephen Hawking with the dancing ability of Professor Stephen Hawking. Rachel, Claudia's our guest team captain this evening. Any advice for her?
I think she'll be fine, actually. I was thinking of my favourite captains, and she's got a lot in common with Wayne Rooney, Jack Sparrow and Captain Hook.
Yes.
They've all got strong hair
Yeah.
And 2 out of 3 have got great eyeliner, so I think it should be fine.
You said Wayne Rooney's got strong hair.
Yeah, he's paid for it, hasn't he? Have you got a problem with paying for stuff on your body?
OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Seesaw.
Ooh.
They're grown men and they do that for a living. Johnny, if you and Claudia win that, there's a good chance Claudia's going to end up in the ceiling somewhere. Let's count down, everyone. Time for our first game. Claudia and Johnny, you get the first pick of the letters.
This is always a bit where it stops being fun.
No, I know. We'll make it fun because we'll do it in a sing-song voice.
OK.
Consonant.
I like it. L.
Let's have another one of those. We've got to focus.
Sing-song didn't last very long, did it?
Vowel, please.
E.
Oh.
I've got a word. Right, we'll continue. Another vowel, please.
U.
I don't like yous.
Me.
No.
Scouts and Winkleman there. I don't like you.
No, just a letter. Let's have lots of consonants.
Lots of consonants. V.
What?
T.
And another one.
R.
Have you written it down?
What can I offer you?
No, not yet.
Come on, pup.
No, well, I mean, she's in the eyeline, so every time she sort of...
And
blocks
use
the-
this.
TR.
Like limbo.
And then, should we have another vowel?
Please don't do that. It's hard enough to focus as it is.
And then one more consonant.
And the last
Please.
one. X.
OK, for the first time today, here's the countdown clock.
Taking that seesaw home, Johnny.
Claudia, how many?
That's brilliant.
How many, Claudia?
6.
OK, Reg, how many?
5.
John?
Also 6.
And Johnny, how many?
5.
Johnny, let's have your 5.
Trove.
Trove.
Trove. Trove.
OK, Reg, what was your 5?
I got duvet.
A duvet. John, your 6?
Rooted or routed, if you're in America.
Claudia, your 6?
I've got 2 6s, so let's call it 12. I've got rooted and I've got toured.
Rooted and toured. OK, Sarah, Susie, could they have done any better?
No, we just got 6s. Revolt, detour, devour, volute.
Okay.
So at the end of that, both teams have 6 points. OK, on to our first numbers round. OK, John, Reg, you pick the numbers.
We would like 2 big numbers and 4 small numbers.
Thank you, John and Reg. 5, 4, 10. Another 5, 50 and 100. And the target, oh, that's a hard one.
OK, and your time starts now. John, did you get it?
No, I did not.
Reg, did you get it?
No, I did not.
Claudia, did you get it?
Well, no. But I got a bit.
You got a bit.
Well, I got 5 times 100 is 500, 5 plus 4 is 9, so practically.
Yeah, just the 7 you missed out on. Johnny?
Absolutely nowhere near. I just wrote down the numbers that were up there, and by the time I'd finished writing the numbers down, that familiar doom went off, and I just don't think my brain was given a fair chance.
No points to anyone. Could it be done, Rachel?
Yeah, it could be done. 100 plus 5 for 105 times 5. And then the 50 and the 4.
Wow,
Johnny, you okay?
I just look at it and I feel like I'm going to bleed out my eyes. I just can't, I'm finding it quite upset. Every time I come on, I'm a bit more determined to make a better show than I did last time. And every time I sit here, the pressure gets to me and the in my head, it's just two kittens fighting over the pork chop.
OK, so John and Reg have 6 points, Claudia and Johnny have 6 points. Time now to go over to Dictionary Corner. Sarah, what have you got for us?
Now it's time to play Do Not Pasco, Do Not Collect £200. John, you're up first. Please choose a colour.
I will have yellow, please.
That category is Sarah Pascoe knowledge. Question 1. What is Sarah Pascoe's favourite animal?
Oh, it's an interesting one. I think you like most animals. I'm going to take a clue from your attire and what you're wearing, and I'm going to say tiger.
It was right there.
Wrong. The answer is mouse. My favourite animals are mice because I quite look like a mouse. And I've always thought that I have mouse in my ancestry somewhere, like a granddad or a great-granddad. And the downside of that is I do have quite a hairy face. But the upside is tiny poos. So balances out. Next question, John. What is Sarah Pascoe's most famous invention?
Oh, let's see. Feminism?
Wrong. I didn't invent feminism, unfortunately, or I'd be super rich. There's a lot of money. My most famous invention was, actually, this is why you don't know, because you're not a ladies. For women, ladies, when you're getting dressed, if you put your knickers on inside out and wear them, then there's a handy little minge pocket that you can use, just big enough for a Werther's original or a pound. I invented that. So thank you. The next question, John. What is Sarah's rating on Uber?
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. What is it out of?
The most stars you can have is 5, and then once you have less than 3, they don't pick you up anymore.
The fact that you know that fact means it must be below 3. So I think it's about 2.8.
Oh, incorrect. But I've only ever once got one Uber, and my star rating is 4, and I don't know what I did to lose that star. Like, I sat there nicely, I was wearing my seatbelt and deodorant, which is more than I can say for you, Nikolai. Right. OK, so the final question in this round. John, what is Sarah's favoured method of seduction?
Is it Werther's original?
Well, I know your boyfriend.
Yes, you do
and I know
him.
what he likes.
Oh, do you? Can you write it down for me? OK, this is great. I've been with my boyfriend for 3.5 years, and I don't think that we have enough sex anymore, and he says that me talking about it on TV is not helping. So, any help you can give me, greatly appreciated.
He and I probably have less sex than you two do, I think. Only on my birth. Well, no, not even ever. Your favourite form of seduction is talking to someone.
Wrong! My favourite method of seduction is subtle. Ladies, you can try this. What I do when I'm in the mood for lovemaking, I shave my entire body. Head to toe. Absolutely everything. And then, in order to let my boyfriend know, in a subtle way, I don't rinse the bath. And that's the end of that round. You have scored absolutely no points. Thank you so much for playing.
Sarah Pascoe, everyone. Do not Pascal. And here is your teaser. The words are R solo. The clue is full of gas. That's R solo, full of gas. See you after the break. answer to the teaser, the words were "are solo." The clue was "full of gas." It was, of course, aerosols. OK, they've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for John and Johnny. So, Johnny, your turn to choose the letters.
I will have a consonant, please.
Thank you, Johnny. R.
I will have a vowel.
I.
I will have a consonant, please.
P.
You are going down! That is a sign from the gods!
I think it's about your trousers.
Another consonant, please. Another consonant, please.
P.
A vowel.
A.
A vowel, please.
U.
And 2 consonants. Thank you.
F. And another R.
Right, and your time starts now. John, how many have you got?
Well, apart from the shit in my pants, Jimmy, I have 5.
Johnny, how did you do?
I have 6.
Oh.
I think.
Well, this is exciting. OK, John, can we hear your 5?
Fruit.
Fruit.
Yes.
Johnny, have you heard of fruit?
Yeah, it's a haunted bit of the supermarket. You have to run past it really quick. Or else you get possessed with regular bowels.
What have you got?
It really felt like a word. Parfait. P-A-U-F-I-T.
As in a fruit.
Not parfait, yeah.
That you eat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's P-A-R-F-A-I-T.
Are you going to crush his dream, Susie, or are you going to let this one go?
Yeah, no, it's him.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that moment, because it's over. I'm afraid that wasn't there. 5 points to John. Sarah, Susie, could they have done any better?
Tapir is in there for another 5.
Oh, the tapirs are lovely.
Yeah.
Sorry, where is that tapir? What?
The tapir is next to the okapi, which is one of our other favourite animals when we go to the zoo.
How often do you go to the zoo?
On Sundays.
When she's run out of chicks.
OK, so at the end of that, Claudia and Johnny have 6 points. John and Reg have 11. Right now, time for Claudia and Reg to go head-to-head. Claudia, your turn to pick the numbers.
I feel like we're like, should we decide together? Is that not how it's done?
No, I think I'm your opponent.
Right. 1 large, please, and the rest small.
1 big one, 5 little ones. And the little ones.
Not that one.
No?
That's fine.
I don't like it. What's that?
6.
Better.
10. No, not gonna have. 9. 7. 5. And 50. And the target, 965.
OK, well, your time starts now.
What? I'm not doing it.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not practicing.
Reg, did you get it?
No.
I thought you got it. You seemed very calm halfway through. I thought...
Yeah. I mean, it's that calm that you feel when you see, like, a meteor heading straight towards you, and you know you're gonna die. So it don't matter, so you might well just sit back in the chair and just go, I'm gonna get all roasted.
Right, Claudia, did you get it?
It's exactly the same answer as him.
And I was with it, man. I was writing the numbers down, and I was like, I was hyped up for it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna nail this. But when it hit 965, I was out of gas.
Could it be done, Rachel, and try not to be too smug about the fact it definitely could be?
It was possible. You have to do 10 minus 6.
Oh.
And then you got the 4.
Well, we had the 4 to begin with. Claudia got rid of it, bloody idiot.
Times it by 50 for 200.
Yeah,
then take away the 7 for 193, and then times it by 5.
193 times 5, of course. OK, well, no one got any points. So Claudia and Johnny have 6 points, so John and Reg have 11.
I'm happy with
OK, time to go across once again to Dictionary Corner for more Do Not Pass Go.
Claudia.
Yes.
It's now your turn to play Do Not Pass Go, Do Not Collect £200. Please pick a colour.
Green, please.
Green is the maths round. How old is Sarah Pascoe?
Now, I think...
Ooh.
I want to say...
Oh.
You're 26.
What?
You're a baby! You're a baby!
You're too kind.
Can I have a look at you?
But if it goes up by a lot more, I'll be sad.
Yeah, 70. No, you're tiny. You're 28. You're 27. I think you're 25.
You're still silly and too kind. I am 35 years of age.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
That's a lie. Phone your parents.
The answer is I'm 35, and another fact for you, that is the oldest I've ever been. So, next up is Johnny. Would you like to pick a colour?
Can I have red?
Red. Ooh, red. That's food and drink. Food and drink. So, Johnny, how do you make olives?
But you plant an olive
Tree.
tree.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. I'm afraid the answer is you add evil to grapes. So, we have finished the game, and I am so pleased to announce that the winner of being Sarah Pascoe for another year is... It's me! I get to be me for another year. It's going to be so great.
Did you just give yourself £200?
Yes, there are other ways to cheat the system, Jimmy.
The scores at the moment, Claudia and Johnny have 6, Johnny and Reg have 11. And here is your teaser. The word is genitals. The clue is don't touch the crown jewels. That's genitals, don't touch the crown jewels. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser, the word is genitals. The clue is don't touch the crown jewels. It was, of course, stealing. Before we go on, he doesn't work here anymore, but he started turning up again. I'm really sorry. It's Joe Wilkinson. How you doing, Joe?
Are you taking a piss? I'm upside down, you prick.
Fabio, could you turn Joe the right way up, please?
Why did you bring me on upside down, you anus? It's because I wouldn't let you go swimming, isn't it? I didn't let him go swimming, Jimmy, because last time he pissed in the pool.
I think a lot of people pee in the pool.
He was on the top diving board.
So why are you here, Joe?
We've been watching the show and we've worked out why it's shit. The rounds are bollocks. So we've come up with a new round.
OK, what's the new round?
Well, you know I have no feeling in my penis and testicle.
So you've got no feeling in your penis and testicles?
No, never have, never will. I'm blessed. So, it's a simple idea. John and Claudia will both be given a high-powered paintball gun. And whoever hits me in the penis and testicles the most time wins. It's that simple. Why have we not done it before?
Run this past health and safety?
Have you run it past health and safety, Fabio? Sorry, he doesn't know how to nod. That's how he says yes. So, John and Claudia, if you want to make your way to the front, let's play shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles!
Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles. Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles. Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles.
Why are you starting now?
Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles. Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles.
Right, this should be a simple game!
Genuinely, I've had breakdowns that have been less messy than this.
Right, stop shooting Joe Wilkinson in the penis and testicles until you're told it is OK to shoot Joe Wilkinson in the penis and testicles.
It's just me.
I'll tell you when to go.
Do you promise?
Yes. Now, don't try this at home. Joe is a highly trained professional and also expendable. OK, if you're ready, start spinning Joe. OK, now shoot paintballs at his penis and testicles. Go now.
I've just remembered I do have feeling in my penis and testicles. I've got it muddled up with being deaf in one ear.
Okay, tell us, who scored the most?
Well, I can tell by the swelling that John hit my penis 4 times, hit my testicles 5 times, and Claudia hit my penis twice, but my testicles 7 times. So they both hit me 9 times. That's 9 points each!
Joe Wilkinson, everyone.
Shooting paintballs at my penis and testicles.
OK, on with the game. Claudia and Johnny, your turn to choose the letters.
Fabio, chuck us a can, would you, mate? Sorry. I deserve a can. Cheers, pal.
All right, let's take 2 consonants, shall we?
Yeah.
That is superb.
D-L.
OK, and 2 vowels.
A-E.
God, what? And then 2 consonants. Consonants.
C-R.
Another
one is
2
left?
vowels and another consonant. please.
A-O and
A-O.
N.
OK, and your time starts now. It's not working. Joe, can you do it?
Oh, yeah, well, I've always carry an arrow with me.
You can do the clock.
I could do the clock, yeah, if you like. Chuck that. Gives me arrow.
And your time starts now.
Boo, 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 doo, doo. Boo, doo, 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 boo, doo, doo. It's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, go on.
Boo, doo, 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 doo. Boo, doo, 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 ba-doo. Doo, 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 doo.
Getting near the end.
Doo, ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. Dum.
OK. Reg, how many?
Don't we have to reset the clock, you prick?
No, we normally do after we ask how many.
OK, I'm going to black out. It's your choice.
How many, Reg?
6.
6. John?
8.
Oh!
Claudia?
6.
Johnny?
6.
6.
Dum.
OK, Johnny, what was yours?
Mine was candle.
Candle. OK, Claudia, your 6.
Was craned.
Reg, your 6.
Creole.
Nice.
You need 2 E's for Creole, and it's got a capital C.
Apart from that, bang on.
I would describe that as institutional racism.
Sorry.
Sorry, people don't smile that hard.
Oh, Susie Dent, you've been told. John, what's your 8?
Well, I generally just say what's in front of me. So first I got can, and then I got reload for the guns. But the 8 was colander.
Yeah.
Oh!
Colander. 8 points to John.
Get to go your seesaw, John.
Right, we're very happy.
Dictionary Corner, could they have done any better than the 8?
They could have done equally good with calendar, but that's just the same letters in a different order.
OK, then. So the scores at the moment, Claudia and Johnny have 15, John and Reg have 28.
Oh, God.
And here is your final teaser. The words are tit chess, and the clue is it'll hurt. That's tit chess, it'll hurt. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser, the words were tit chess. The clue is it'll hurt. It was, of course, stitches. OK, time for our final letters game. John and Reg, your turn to choose the letters. It's worth mentioning, Reg, you've still yet to score a point.
Yet I am winning.
Sorry, Jimmy, could I just get my bit... Susie, can you pop my beer on there? Yeah. Pop it on there. Be fine. Away! Carry on.
I'm slightly worried if we need to use you as the clock again and you've got a full lager.
I will be sick.
OK, John, Reg, choose the letters.
Reg, you pick 'em, then you slap down a 9, and we seesaw our way into the goddamn sunset, you and I.
I would like a consonant.
B.
And then I would like 2 vowels.
I. O.
I would like another vowel.
A.
And then I'd like 2 consonants.
D. T.
I have 1 more vowel and 2 more consonants.
E. And S and D.
OK, and your time starts now. John, how many?
I declare nothing. I leave this round fully in the hands of my partner, Reginald.
Reg, how many?
6.
Suck on that.
Claudia.
6.
They sucked it.
Johnny.
5.
Well, Johnny, what was your 5?
Fated.
Fated.
It's an S, not an F.
Fated.
I think you misheard an S for an F.
Sated.
Yes, that's what I meant. Sated.
Sated.
Claudia, you're 6.
Boated.
OK, boated. Reg, for the first time ever, can you score 6 points on Countdown?
Hey, man, could you, for the first time ever, could you, like, not put me under pressure? By Toad.
Superb. Superb.
Oh, you could have got the
By
boat.
toad,
You could have had
as in a toad that's like
That
sexually...
goes both ways.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is by toad in there by any chance?
Sorry, by toad's not in there.
Maybe y'all have a racist dictionary or whatever.
So no points to Reg. He's still got his perfect record, but 6 points to Claudia. Sarah, Susie, could they have done any better?
Well, there's just 7 there, boaties.
Yeah, and I got boasted, did I?
Very good.
Yeah.
OK, so Claudia and Johnny have 21. John and Reg have 28. OK, time for today's Crucial Countdown Conundrum. Your time starts now.
I thought it was disrobing, but it isn't.
OK, let's start the clock again. It's not disrobing. Well, no one got it, but let's take a look. Boardings. So the final scores are Claudia and Johnny have 21 points, but tonight's winners with 28 are John and Reg.
Yeah, Reg. You don't have to score a point, you did it.
Reg only won a bloody did it. Congratulations, you're now the proud owners of this, the Countdown Seesaw. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.